Hey, welcome to this video. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. It's obviously morning for me. I'm in my car driving. I get a lot of downloads and activations when I drive. So thank you so much for tuning in and sharing in this now moment with myself and with one another. If you haven't seen these videos, welcome. I'm just going to go into a little light language this morning because it feels like it's the right thing to do. And there's a whole new light quotient that is being met, a whole new light quotient, if you will, an ocean of quotient, of potion, an ocean of light. And as we allow this to reform our reality, as we allow this to re-inform our former reality, as we allow ourselves to morph with this form, this information that is flowing in from all around us, that is flowing up from within us, that is flowing through the boundaries that we have placed, so to speak. I'm seeing this as a reference to membranes, DNA, not, so in essence. We allow this language of light, for all communication is language, and communication is an exchange of information. I'm hearing bouncing back, morphing through, returning to a broader view, recognizing that our internal landscape is constantly communicating and is in a constant state, so to speak, interstate, a highway of information, flowing between the channels, the cells, and we are all on our own highway, so to speak. Yet we are all on this interstate together on this earth triad. I'm seeing Seakeeper. Definitely something going on with the ocean right now, from my perspective. Blue, I keep getting this reference to blue, Blu-ray. As we allow ourselves to transform the codes, if you will, this is a play on words, as we allow ourselves to express the codes in this form of transformation, we recognize that we have already been pre-coded with this internalized destination. We come with all of the necessary configurations to reconfigure that which has been transposed upon us. So a lot of this is a play on words. I'm seeing this all reference to the DNA. There is a story about our DNA having been altered or changed or messed with many years ago. And while this particular paradigm is true or was true, depending on the timeline that we are existing within, or the dimension or the density that we're holding, what I'm basically talking about, I'm just making this a blank, I'm hearing it's a blank slate, a blank statement across the board. We are we're on a new board, a new playing board. And as I say this, it's like I'm seeing a new board of directors. So we are directing this ship. Should we choose to recognize this and remove the chip? So I'm seeing this removes the chip on our shoulder. This is a play on words because there's still others that are holding on to this need or perceived need for certain answers that will come, but not necessarily in the same communication or delivery system that we are expecting them to come in. And this could be answers on anything. It could be fill in the blanks. Where are you at? Where is your reality? Where is your focus? What answers are you looking for? Because they're all within. And so this, I can break it down and go into 10 different bubbles. Teki wa iti mokune ishtekine uana. For you are the operators of your own operating system. You are the directors. You are the ones directing, taking dictation for no one, unless you choose to. Unless you choose to change your script and follow the script that someone else is providing. We are anchoring in light codes, and those of us that are aware of this create a stronger fluctuation, so to speak. This is a play on words. I'm seeing flexuation. I'm seeing this bulge. We're pushing against old paradigms, old concepts, and we're pushing through the barriers. Again, this reference to boundaries and barriers. We're breaking bread with those who are no longer choosing to express without unification and union. So some people, this is so multidimensional. As I'm speaking, I see different stories. So I see for the collective experience. I'm at a stoplight. So I see that what's happening is some people who were playing on one side of the fence have jumped. This has been going on for a while now. They've made the choice to expand, ascend, whatever labels we want to name it. Others are choosing to, are in that process now. And we're really being invited to hold space for these individuals. Now that's one very linear presentation of what's going on. The other presentation is that we are changing our transcription and the encryptions and the codes. We are decoding this through our own butterfly metamorphosis. So our most of the people that are watching this video, are on that light worker journey, we could call it, in that space of inner journeying. And I'm hearing intercellular activation, interstellar activation. So I have my channel, I call it Keep It Simple Starseeds, because there are many who really resonate with the star seed format, so to speak. And that's a beautiful presentation of what we are. We are from the stars, yet sun is our star, and our planetary system that we reside within, that we are creating from one perspective together, is Mother Earth. But we are multidimensional beings. And what we hold within us is our multidimensionality framework and blueprints that we can then choose to activate in certain quantum realms. And I'm hearing certain quantum ramifications. So when I say ramification, I'm hearing RAM, like a computer network. I want to go back to the chip off the old block, right? It's our ancestors, it's our lineage, it's in us. So no matter what, even though we might believe or know or have been told or whatever story we've given energy to that our DNA was altered, and this was true, we are being invited to recognize that we are creating this. So we are all re-altering, so to speak, and I'm hearing we're at the altar. Alterfication, oh boy, bifurcation, alterfication. This is a big play on words. So we're at this space where we're altering it, taking it back, so to speak. We're altering our own DNA. Hold on. What I'm hearing is through our course of action. So from one perspective, if we're doing this consciously, and with intention to open to the codes and open to the light codes and allow and be in that space of co-creation and creativity in a conscious way, it will change or speed up, so to speak, from one perspective. There's the other perspective that says just be in your heart. And if you're in your heart and you're doing good deeds and you're thinking positive thoughts and you're integrating that which is not positive and allowing yourself to grow and unfold and hold space for others in a place of coherence, you're still going to be expanding at a, I'm hearing exponential rate, right? The numbers will still add up versus those that are stacking numbers against them. I'm seeing them like reaching for numbers, and that's a play on words also. They're reaching for things outside of themselves. They're reaching for false presentations. And so this could be mathematical, biblical, book-wise, doesn't matter what it is. It can all be interpreted in this way. Te ki waha ne ki waha shta ne ku ne he e ku ne e waha ne ti. Parked. Ku ne te. I'll get this right. Let's get a little let there be light. How about that? That's better. Kinamok uwa et eshtak unehe. And as we co-create consciously, conscientiously, compassionately, as we align ourselves with these higher stargates of ascension, so to speak, as we embody ourselves as the walking portals of information, removing the barriers that we have placed in our own way, those of lack of communication, we allow ourselves to communicate with the higher cellular reunification that is reactivating that which has been shut down from one perspective, so to speak. That which we feel has been removed, those wings that have been clipped are there, are waiting to be reactivated, reaccessed. I'm going back to ramification. So the ramification is a deeper meaning, right? And also the ram on the horns, the ventricular horns in the body, recognizing, I'm hearing our body as a wonderland. Te kune oa. Ne sto kue he mukune. I'm also hearing we are the walking resources, and as we allow ourselves to dip into our own knowing and our deeper resources, we connect to the resources that are available all around us. And I'm seeing it through trees, through Mother Nature, through one another, crystals, water. Water's huge right now. We allow ourselves to draw from the never-ending resource and abundance that is all around us. Yet this is our support system. This has been placed here for us from one perspective to allow us to draw from as a resource, to draw our reality in such a way that it expands our perception into a higher space of kune awa tek ua hanet ikish tek uana. I'm seeing a landscape, and I'm just seeing all of us as co-creators creating this beautiful reality. And I'm hearing we don't need to we can look for these resources, but they are already inside of us. And many have lost that loving feeling through a feeling of righteousness, self-righteousness. So we are being invited to recognize that many are in a self-righteous spiral currently. And this spiral is merely one wave, if from one perspective, that is seeking to wave off and be used as a distraction against our own resources. And this is multidimensional, whether it be earth resources, like literally natural resources, or whether it be our own resource as in our bodies. So like our immune system is one example. One another in our healing gifts and abilities is one example. And I'm seeing, like, again, we're kind of in this weird in-between phase. Yet this phase is adjusting, and we are the phase adjusters. We are the adjustment bureau, so to speak. We are assisting the adjustment phase, and as we allow ourselves to phase out of that which at one time may have phased us, I'm seeing phased and confused. Stepping out of this confusion will allow us to phase into this new harmonic adjustment. And as we allow ourselves to adjust, we create, I'm seeing an adjunctant period. There's probably something to do with astrology here. And we allow ourselves to now align with a greater scope of radioactivity that will assist us. I'm hearing, what is it? Dragons, radioactive. And this is all play on words. So I'm going to end on this note because I have to run. But a lot of this has to do, dragon has to do with our kundalini. It has to do with nuclear, our atomic, our atoms, the sun, the solar activity, the aurora, right? The radiation coming up from the earth. All of this is working with us right now. So back to the video I did yesterday, stepping out of that place of fear and allowing ourselves to feel into it. Oftentimes when we go through a period of deep activations, it can raise certain things and heighten our awareness. We can be highly sensitive. We can go through pain in our body. We can go through thoughts that are not necessarily something that I'm hearing that are alien to us. And this is, we're being invited not to alienate these things, but to allow ourselves to create a relationship in which we can digest, integrate, process, move through, and not avoid. So some of the stuff that's coming up is uncomfortable, but it's meant to be, what I'm hearing is discharged. And that's like a star when it discharges energy. It allows us to then make space for deeper unfolding is what I'm hearing. And a lot of this is a play on words and physics, so too. So I'll have to decode this later. But in love and light, guys, so many big activations going on. Be patient with yourselves. Be patient with one another, and really coming into that place of coherence. Meditation, prayer, lots of water are key right now. So in love and light, namaste.